Cheers.
Cheers to you, buddy.
Real water. We always get blamed for doing whiskey tastings, and here we are. That's what we do. We just drink water here.
That's all we really do.
Where are we, by the way?
Where are we?
Yes, I'm disoriented.
What do you mean?
Are we doing a show?
Hi, I'm Mark Steffen.
That's how it starts. I'm Michael Mandel, and this is
Double Talk.
Double Talk.
Channel 98's premier talk show, believe it or not.
Premier, yes. Las Cruces' premier talk show.
The longest running one in Las Cruces.
We interview each other every week. Who are you again? Oh, I forget.
I'm not that easy to interview.
Well, I'll see you at the end of the show. Right now,
it's been quite a week,
together went to Sierra Grande Lodge for the opening of Tatsu's new restaurant. Everybody knows Tatsu.
Where is Sierra Grande Lodge, Michael?
I don't know, because you drove. But Tatsu is known for, he had a restaurant in Las Cruces years ago called Tatsu's. Now he owns Aqua Reef and Savoy, and probably helps a lot on the mix.
He also has the contract for the spaceport if they ever open up.
And connected to that, between he and Mr. Ted Turner, they're working it out in Sierra Grande. Where is Sierra Grande?
That is in the town of Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. Sierra Grande Lodge and Spa.
We go there every year, twice, maybe 3 times.
Well, you do. It's not like you and I go together, Michael.
Oh, did it sound like that?
You did.
Well, we don't want to give the wrong impression.
Just to, that's the lodge itself, right in downtown TorC.
That's it.
And Ted Turner was there. They had the grand opening ribbon cutting.
You know Ted Turner.
For the new restaurant.
The ex-husband of Jane Fonda.
And the originator of CNN.
And the owner of Turner Enterprises. Oh, he also owns lots of land all around there.
He used to own Time Warner, he used to own MGM.
And now he owns like 500,000 acres or more surrounding Truth or Consequences, that area.
It's one of the largest private landowners in the country.
So we're going to show a video. We were there. We had a speech from Ted Turner, about a minute, and another speech from Tatsu, and somebody who was the head of, I think, the mayor or something.
Let's go ahead and roll that in.
Yeah, we'll go through with that. And we'll talk during it, so in case you get lost. That's the end of it.
Over 20 years ago.
Open it up. Open it up big.
Bought the Ladder Ranch, and I've loved the place ever.
Okay, this wasn't that loud.
My heart broke as I watched the lake go down.
We were kind of far away from the speaker.
About 18 miles of waterfront.
How old is Ted now?
We just told the joke about owning 18 miles of waterfront property.
Lakefront property there.
And lakefront property didn't work.
We're going in deeper with the hotel here, and we're just, this is,
that's what the
I started CNN, and I'll just put
I think it's because it's so old, sound doesn't travel so far.
I hear you can travel from New Mexico all the way to Montana and be on Ted Turner land.
Thank you all for coming, and come here and eat. The food's good. I'm eating here.
How old does he look like?
About 85.
Just a few minutes.
So we had lunch with Ted Turner while we were up there.
One might say
really
extending
to be here.
Concept of lunch and having it with somebody. He was there while we were eating, and this is Tatsu.
Good afternoon.
Beautiful day.
He is now the manager of the new restaurant there in the whole Sierra Grande Lodge.
An amazing opportunity it has been to partner with Ted Turner and his team to make our vision of a dining experience here at Sierra Grande Lodge and Spa. To complement such a unique experience at Sierra Grande Lodge, our one goal
when do you plan on spending the night there again, Michael?
All guests to have a magical dining experience. We are excited.
Are you?
Yes, I think so.
Oh, for Valentine's Day.
Only the hotel guests.
You know, when you don't have to listen to him, but you could keep listening to him. When Sierra Grande first opened, they had a restaurant of a very good chef. One of the chefs was Bella Luca, the guy from Bella Luca. And after that, they just couldn't handle it. There's only about 20 rooms in the whole hotel.
Oh, so there's no...
So there's only a business from the town,
which is dying.
And weekends. Yeah, the town is dying. What's he saying?
Sierra County.
Oh, there he goes.
Southern New Mexico. I would like to thank you.
The fly was buzzing around my head, so I was
So, you should probably take your own wine with you just in case they don't have the beer and wine license yet.
That's a good point.
Over the years,
They should have a beer and wine.
You'd hate to show up and not have it.
you,
No, we wouldn't eat there then.
I wouldn't be standing here today. Thank you.
You can see Tatsu regularly at Aqua Reef. Here's the ribbon cutting.
It's a giant scissors. Everybody should have a pair of giant scissors.
It's good, you don't have to spend your time snipping a lot.
Just don't run with them.
And here you guys see it, the actual opening of that ribbon. The restaurant was not opened.
This is Tatsu
Estella.
on his left.
Yes. Well, actually, Tatsu is his first name.
Ah.
So his last name is something like our mayor. I don't know. And this is
This is what it
the
looks like on the
outside.
outside.
And Sierra Grande is in the middle of TRC in a way that you can't actually even see it.
It's just
Because the two roads go this way, right? Two different
And
ways.
it's just a block off the main
And it's
drag.
a block off in the middle where you'd never expect it.
Right
And
up against the hill.
I can easily recommend Sierra Grande staying in it. We've been going regularly for the last 12 years, I think.
And it's actually an historic place. It was built in 1929. It's on the historic register.
And the rooms are like, old-fashioned, but they've modernized them when they first redid it.
Do the rooms have fireplaces?
No, but they have a bathtub in each room. In the room.
Okay.
Not in the bathroom.
Not in the bathroom.
In the room. And so you can hang out, you take your soak, you go back into your room. And
They have hot tubs with the hot mineral water.
the mineral water, you have to
another
make
place.
appointments. My wife loves going there, and she tries to get as many people as she can to go with us, because for every room you get a half hour of soak. So she's gotten up to like 4 hours in a row. It's kind of hard to do 4 hours, actually 2 hours.
You turn into a prude.
2 hours, we do 2 hours.
Now, can you get a massage there?
You can get a massage, you can get those stones on your back, you can do all sorts of things.
I see.
I'd say it, but I wouldn't want to say you can get a facial there, but you could. And a towel, and a footle, and you can do acupuncture or acupressure.
Reiki.
Acupressure. I could do Reiki.
Yeah. I saw my aura there for a second.
Well, I think I touched your aura. You
well-
better have it shaved.
Well, maybe I should get it recycled.
Anyway, so that's Sierra Grande. I guess we're sort of plugging them. But the fact that Tatsu is doing a restaurant there, one of the reasons that Ted Turner had this thing working out is because they want, we talk about the spaceport quite a lot on this show because it's such a big thing for Las Cruces. Ted Turner is trying to get in on that by buying the biggest, most fabulous hotel in the area.
Most near
Yes,
the spaceport.
the only one. So he bought it, and he's trying to get spaceport business. But of course, these rooms go for about $150 on a weekend. Just because somebody is like Tom Hanks, you can't say, "Oh, Tom, this is a $2,000 room." It's not. It's really a $150 room. So.
Yeah. Well, plus Ted owns the Armendariz Ranch due north of TRC, and he's going to be operating tours out of the hotel up to his ranch.
So he's starting a whole series of eco tours or eco tours, depending on your accent. And this is part of it. You can't really get people who are interested in fine things if you don't have a fine restaurant. When the restaurant first opened, the first we heard about it was our friend came back and said she had had the best steak ever there. And we're just wondering if when we were there, Tatsu gave Kobe beef burgers.
Kobe beef burgers.
But Ted Turner has his own bison buffalo ranch. He'll probably be doing those buffalo bison steaks. I can't tell the difference.
Between a buffalo and a bison?
Yes, it's just that I don't segregate.
Okay.
I don't see color.
I see.
I
it
don't
could be
know the difference
muskoxen for all you know.
Muskox, very smelly, those muskox.
Well, they don't bathe often.
Yes,
So-
they use aftershave. That smells like musk.
Well, when you go up there next month, be sure you report back on how it was.
I will be sure to do that.
In fact, bring a doggy bag of food just so I can
I'm
have
wondering,
a
we'll see
sample.
how the restaurant is. A doggy bag. You want dog food?
No, I want some leftovers.
We should kick right into our McDonald's beef thing, but we're not going
Not
to.
gonna.
Yes, we'll talk about other stuff.
Well, our next topic it happens to be recycling. And,
There it is, right? Ow. Oh. Got
And-
hit in the head with a trash can.
And, the city has had a recycling program now for a time. They gave everybody in the city a recycling bin for their house. and they had recycling centers set up around the city, 4 of them.
It has been a while.
At Sam's Club and at the
What is that? A picture
Kmart
of?
downtown. That's
Is that
recycling.
a guy jumping into a recycling
He's
bin?
dropping his container.
Is he in that hole?
His container
Or is he
in
hanging
clear
over
plastic.
it? I can't tell.
He's reaching in, dropping his
okay.
container. So, but the city, in its wisdom, took away the 4 recycling centers around town.
Show those green things again, that 2 shots ago. Well, close enough. Those things. They took them away from in front of Kmart and behind the mall, and I think one was
Sam's
Walmart.
And Walmart on Valley Drive.
I used to go to a number of those just because when you have a lot of boxes, you don't want to put them in your own
Right.
recycling thing. It doesn't fit.
And someone like me who lives in the county, where recycling does not exist door to door, we have to take our recycling into the city.
You can come over to my house.
And I frequently do dump my plastics in your bin.
What?
Yes. But I usually was using the one on Kmart on El Paseo. Well, that's gone now. And
Although
so,
they do say that 12 schools around the city are going to be carrying the recycling bins. We don't know which ones. They
Well-
take up a lot of room. They're probably right outside the garbage area. You'd have to look.
yes. And you can always take it to the city city dump recycling area on West Amador,
All the way down.
where Amador dead ends.
Well, actually, what you do is you drive toward the smell.
Yes.
That's
You can't
that's how you
miss
get there. It dead ends. It's right near the highway. I was. Oh,
The grappler doesn't want you
grappler
recycling.
Yeah, the grappler takes your
Refrigerator.
big stuff. I was going to go to the Amador one today because I had a bunch of electronics. I decided, all your old VCRs that really don't work.
Because it's got precious metals in there. There's
Yes,
molybdenum.
and you want them to
platinum.
be recycled so they don't poison. I realized, and this is another thing we have in town, Edgar Digital. I don't know if anybody's ever seen this. Look at
Electronics
it.
store.
Yes, it's right off
Montana it's on, right?
Montana.
It's on Montana.
and Solano.
Just off Solano.
You can take your stuff there. They accept all this stuff. Maybe they resell it. Maybe they harvest it for things that they know
parts.
about. Maybe they fix them. That would be great if they could do that. But I was looking for my electronic stuff. I found this big box, this big. It said Amstead on it. It was a electronic word processor with it had a TV screen.
From the 80s?
I guess so. And or early 90s, and it had a typewriter type printer. It looked like a typewriter. I mean, that's old stuff, and they're willing to take that stuff.
Well, that's good. It's
Yeah,
archival.
Edgar Digital. I'll see it in a museum pretty soon.
Excellent. Now, also, we've only got a couple of minutes before the break.
We do.
We want to get to the Super Bowl because that's coming up tomorrow,
That for dinner?
and a Super Bowl of chips and salsa.
Oh, yum.
Super Bowl. Can you read that?
You wouldn't know it. Yes, it's 49.
Super Bowl 49.
XL
It's being played just down the road in Phoenix.
down the road.
Down the road, the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. Now, the New England Patriots, as of this taping, are favored by 1 point.
I hope their hopes are not deflated.
Like their balls.
Oh, don't talk about balls to me.
And so, of course, the odds could change between now and the game.
Why would the odds change? Somebody broke a tooth or something?
No,
got a bad ankle,
more people
bad
betting,
knee. That's what happens?
They always fluctuate.
I don't know how much time we have now, but the controversy over the Patriots deflated
Deflategate.
football took up everybody's interest because, as Rachel Maddow said on the Letterman show, she said, talking about stuff like that is great because it distracts you from what's really happening in the world. And there's so many details. They experimented taking the balls into a frozen ice box to see if that deflated them. Anyway, we are not going to distract you anymore, but we will after we have a few messages. Are we ready for a few messages?
We're going to take a break and we'll come back for 14 more minutes.
We're sponsored by the Patriots and the Seahawks.
So stay tuned for more distraction.
What is that, baseball?
No, double talk.
Baseball? Is that what the Super Bowl is? Is it
Michael, it's football.
Football. They play it in a bowl. Is that slippery? They should
Yes.
have roller skates.
It's going to be played in Phoenix, Arizona.
Well, now you know what happens after we think the TV's off. But now it is off. No, it's another 10 seconds. There's something about that 10 seconds that is so important. And
it's like time stands still sometimes.
This is sort of like when you hike the ball, you have a game, this clock starts, then you get to touch, ball falls, and so time ends. And it just ends.
If you're living with diabetes and have Medicare or private insurance, here are some great news. Call United States Medical Supply today, and we'll send you the smallest glucose meter in the world, absolutely free.
It only takes a blood, and a speck of gives me my results in 5 seconds.
And there's no coding. For easier, more accurate
Get in the way of
results.
living. Don't Give us a call today at United States Medical Supply and get the smallest meter in the world for free.
Hi, when you have credit card debt, the debt suckers' high rate and high pay are everywhere.
They're making another minimum payment. Great. Most of the money goes to us.
One call to Consolidated Credit can get the debt suckers off your neck.
And lower his rates. And consolidate his bills into one low payment. Consolidated Credit drives us batty.
Call Consolidated Credit now.
'Cause debt sucks.
Call now.
Call Consolidated Credit at 1-800-530-4571. Call now.
Well, if you think we're drunk, those
should give the guy
commercials
in
are in
master
the
control.
control room.
No, you know, it's foul-ups like we've had today that are going to keep us from getting that MacArthur Foundation grant.
Oh my God, I could use $1 million. How much they give you?
Oh, about $500,000.
Oh, I guess if we put it together, we got $1 million.
Split it? Well,
That
that's
sounds
true.
good.
They should give it to us both. shouldn't
No, but we have to keep with our show because, you know, we're trying to get
we've got a lot to get to today.
Through our list. And we're going to talk about the deputy who was killed.
Yes, this is it exactly
What day was that?
3 months ago. This is from October
When's
29th.
that? October 29th.
This is
Can't see it.
the Sun News front page.
He was, well, there's no question of who shot. The two police were in the Encanto Hotel.
Officer Tai Chan shot Deputy Jeremy Martin in the Encanto Hotel, shot him several times in the back as he ran away.
And then the guy fell into the elevator and went downstairs.
And
Then
died.
somebody opened in the elevator and said, "Oh my God, I'm in a police drama."
Yes. Now
And
they
it
found
was.
they found a white powdery substance on one of the officers, but
The
they,
dead one.
But they decided not to test it, so as not to implicate him as holding drugs.
And that's a picture of
That was
Switzerland.
cocaine.
That was
No,
cocaine.
now this
and this is baking
soda, which it could also be.
Or it could have been ricin.
You know, you can use baking soda to make crack.
Could have been ricin.
Cocaine, Michael.
Why would you know that?
You mix crack with baking soda, you heat it in water, and you get crack out of it.
Is that like a health crack? Is that like health cocaine? Is that because baking soda is healthy? You know,
Well, yes,
cleans
it is.
it, cleans you.
Cocaine's not?
I guess it would be. People drink Coca-Cola. That's made with cocaine.
Yeah, right.
That's why it's called the secret ingredient.
So there is a certain part of a cover-up going on here in Las Cruces amongst the police here.
Here?
Yeah,
Or probably
what a
the
shock.
state police. Well, it should be interesting to see how this plays out. It's almost as good as NCIS.
Right.
People aren't swinging into buildings and having them blow up.
So we'll keep you informed. Meanwhile, Officer Chan, who did the killing, is free on his own recognizance.
And why not? He's a cop.
He wears
He
a
knows
bracelet,
about law.
and then apparently he's not a flight risk.
Oh, a bracelet.
So
And
that's that.
and he's 5 foot 8 inches tall.
Now, you know, we had a snow day last week.
I wouldn't. Cocaine?
Snow, different.
Oh,
kind of-
different snow. Oh, snowman type snow.
Last Thursday, we had a really nice snowstorm.
It was very pretty.
People didn't know the schools were going to be open or closed.
And neither did the school superintendent.
Right, so they said, okay, the schools are open, everybody has to attend. And then it turned out it was too hazardous. So then we'll close the schools now.
You know, we're right. And they're really pissed off at the director of transportation because he's a 65-year-old guy. He said...
He claims he called the police.
He did, and the police and
transportation department.
Yes, and they all...
And they said, no, nobody called us.
Which would be unconscionable.
Well, he lied about it, apparently.
Apparently. But the thing is, you know, the snow probably wasn't that bad. And when they called off school, the roads were starting to get better. So if they could get to school through the snow when it was at the height of it snowing, which was early in the morning, they could have kept the kids there for the whole day.
They could have got home.
Except, you know, when it's snowing that much, kids sit around school and they go, when are we going to get out? Because look how it's so snowy out
Well, a
there.
lot of
It always
parents
does that.
dropped their kids off and then went to work and then found out that school was canceled and had to go back and pick up their kids.
And if you didn't know that school was canceled, your kids froze in a freezing school.
Now,
Caused a lot of problems.
Now, kids whose parents decided that we're going to keep you home today, you're not going in, those kids all got excused absences.
Because it was a good excuse.
Now, some kids who did show up also received excused absences.
Who did show up?
Yes, who did show up.
But they were there.
But they were
Why
there.
would they need an excused absence?
They don't. That's the school board with their head up where the moon doesn't shine.
So what they did, I heard in some classes, they made somebody we know, 4 kids came to class, but the whole class was considered absent.
They marked everyone absent, excused absence.
Why is this such a problem?
Well, there is a contest, an attendance contest among the high schools. All kids who have perfect attendance record get 2 tickets, raffle tickets for a new car.
Which I think last year was a Beetle, wasn't it?
I don't remember. And if they miss one day, they only get 1 ticket.
So this could get everybody out of the competition. Everybody. That's not fair at all.
Well,
that's not fair. Everybody be knocked out of the competition.
Well, I would think if it's an excused absence, then it shouldn't affect that. They should still get their ticket. But it shows on their record. It's on the scholastic record that they had an excused absence.
So when they go out looking for a job, people are going to look back and they say, in 2015, did you have an excused absence?
Well, it's something you don't want on your record if you're trying to get into a college.
Or trying to win a car.
Or, yeah, that's really what's important.
So I think that's what they have to justify and get out there. The fact that kids, I mean, if you were assiduous enough to go to school, to make it all the way to school, you should get some kind of credit for, braving it through the storm.
Well,
it's because you certainly weren't absent.
When I was a junior in high school, I didn't miss any days. I didn't miss any days.
You had to take 2 years to get that.
I had to skip school one day so I wouldn't have perfect attendance.
What?
I didn't want to have perfect attendance. I had to skip school so I wouldn't, be the guy that had perfect attendance.
You had to do that on purpose so people wouldn't think you were a school nerd?
Yes, exactly.
I love going to school. You have the best audience there. They're captive.
Oh, well, some reform schools are like that, Mike.
Yes, bar none.
Now, tonight, downtown at the Rio Grande Theater.
Yes.
Cirque Zuma Zuma.
We have some of the pictures here that are great. It makes it look like even I would go there. I don't know how people do that. That's like calligraphy of bodies.
It is. These people are touring the
world.
world.
Calligraphy of bodies.
And they're stopping off in Las Cruces as they tour the world.
If I saw that, I'd say, wow.
There's a lot of really cool stuff that those people do.
I mean, look at those colors, and I can't even do that in my imagination.
Cirque du Soleil meets the Chinese acrobats.
Plus my yoga class. That's what we do in yoga.
So that's tonight, downtown, Rio Grande Theater.
The Odd Couple.
Also downtown tonight.
Unless we have The Odd Couple.
The female version.
Which Neil Simon wrote.
That's one block down the street.
From 1 block up the street from
the
Rio Grande. So you can see that. That's on tonight, tomorrow, and also next weekend. I talked to somebody who said they liked it.
Okay.
It's interesting, Neil Simon's Odd Couple was very popular. So he decided to do a female version to capitalize on people overdoing the old Odd Couple.
And many people remember the TV series that ran for a number of years, which I preferred much more than the play itself.
So that should be pretty good.
Now, also tonight, if you're looking for something to do.
And, yes, what is this?
It's an outdoor activity. And if the skies are clear, and they should be, they have a moon gaze down in front of International Delights on El Paseo.
Really?
Yes, out in front of International Delights restaurant.
Yeah.
People will be there with some telescopes starting at sunset all the way until 10 o'clock tonight.
That's pretty good, because usually they have it at the astronomy place.
Yeah, and you can go down there tonight. They do it frequently down there at ID, apparently. And you can go down there, look at the telescope, look at the moon. Maybe they'll have it pointed at some stars or other planets.
It's a moon gaze.
Or in somebody's window.
Moon gaze. Why are you going to look at stars? You want to see the moon.
Moon gaze in somebody's window.
Moon gaze in somebody's window? There's not too many windows around ID, International Lights, which is on the same place.
Well, somebody's house across town.
Yes, you got to have a pretty good refractor telescope there.
So that's tonight.
And if you're hungry, theoretically, the New Mexico, what is it? What's it called? The New Mexico Public Interest Research Group is looking into trying to get McDonald's to get rid of antibiotics in the beef that they're serving.
In other words, tainted beef.
Yeah. You like that? Well, you don't eat beef anyway, but you don't like the idea that all these things are medicated.
That's why I quit eating it.
Because it was
it's got hormones, it's got antibiotics in it, it's toxic. It's banned in Europe for that reason.
Well, you mean antibiotics are banned?
American beef. American beef is banned in Europe and Japan and most of the world now.
Well, what's the bad thing? You know, people take antibiotics all the time, right?
Only when they need them.
Oh, so if you're eating beef, you're constantly getting antibiotics.
Yes, because antibiotics are overprescribed as it is.
Don't you think that they would process them out in the butchering and then the processing?
No, it doesn't.
That doesn't work that way.
No, the meat absorbs it. It's in the milk too.
So, yes, so New Mexico PURG is trying to purge the meat. And they're starting with McDonald's because they figure McDonald's is pretty much the largest buyer of meat.
Yeah, they're the trendsetters, and if they did it,
if they do it,
others would get on board.
The whole process of meat growing would be changed, and that would work too. Also, what's interesting, so we're trying to clean up the meat. Also, the milk. There is a thing where people stop drinking milk. They cut down milk usage about 9% in the last 4 years.
The less milk you drink, the better off you'll be.
And what is the alternative?
Well, there's soy milk, there's almond milk, there's rice milk.
That's true. I know.
There's hemp milk.
Hemp milk, that's true too.
Sure.
And those are healthy. And
there's goat milk.
You don't like goat milk.
Sure you do.
No, you don't. Did you ever taste goat milk?
There's mother's milk.
Oh, that's usually too sweet.
I don't remember.
It could be very sweet. Depends on how you're doing it. Anyway.
So there's lots of alternatives to dairy products.
But milk doesn't really give you calcium because it doesn't get into your body that way.
It doesn't absorb. Milk is such a medium that the calcium is not absorbed into your body. Calcium needs an acidic medium to be absorbed.
Like orange juice. So we have orange juice with calcium and vitamin C and D.
Or if you take your vitamin pill, drink it with orange juice, not milk, and it'll be absorbed.
I do it that way. Because who would drink milk at night when you take your vitamins? Although some people drink a glass of milk every night to help them get to bed.
Do you drink milk with your hamburger?
No, I never do that.
That's
it would
good.
not be kosher.
It's true. It wouldn't be.
Anyway, we're going to be kosher. We're going to wind it up. We probably have 10 seconds. How many seconds we got?
10 seconds. We have 10 seconds. Well,
we'll do it.
We have time for a drink of water.
Yeah, we'll toast everybody with this Russian water here.
And thanks for joining us right here on Double Talk.
We'll see you next week. And what was your name again?
I'm Michael.
Oh, nice to meet you. I know a guy named Michael. I'm Markle.